Hi guys, welcome back to the Leeds Lobby. I made a short earlier on telling you all about the FPL and we're going to be talking about our team now. So the link will be in the description if you want to join and please enjoy the video. So in net, I've got Alisson Becker from Liverpool, one of the best keepers in the league last season obviously, playing with Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson, Joe Gomez in front of him. He's a great keeper. He's going to be keeping clean sheets a lot.
How many points did he score last season?
How many points? Last season, he scored 176 points.
Fair play. Good shout for that again this year, isn't it?
So that's very decent. Great keeper. And then as my backup, I've got Nick Pope, who now just moved from Burnley to Newcastle. Last season, he got 130 total points. He very nearly managed to keep Burnley in the Prem, but thankfully he didn't. So that's the two keepers. I'm obviously going to have Alisson in net, but I will rotate them depending on injury and stuff. At right back, I've got Kieran Trippier because he's a right back. He attacks more because he's a wing back and he scores goals. And he's going to be playing in a really good team next season. They've just signed Sven Botman, so they've got a really good world-class centre-back. And they've got Guimaraes in the CDM role, so they're not going to be conceding many. Next up, I've got for Reece James because he's another great player. I think he's up there on the level of Trent, and I think he is. You can't have a conversation about Trent unless you're bringing Reece James into the chat, because personally, I actually think Reece James is better defensively than Trent. Van Dijk, self-explanatory. He's a great centre-back, and he's probably the best in the world. Ivan Perisic, he's just signed for Spurs, left winger and left back. He attacks a lot. He's going to be playing at left back. He's going to be crossing over with Son, and he's going to be getting quite a few goals, hopefully. And then lastly, I've got Cucurella from Brighton, who's impending a move to Man City. But great player last season, probably one of the best bargains of the season. So that's my back line. What do you think, Dad?
I think it was reasonable. I think the thing that we've got to bear in mind when you're only picking a fantasy football side is that there are going to be players that you can bring in that are rumoured to move to another club. You can get them at a good value. One thing to be really dangerous of is if a player moves from one club to another where they're going to get less pitch time. This is where it can actually cost you.
Yeah.
The other thing is we need to be looking for defenders who take free kicks and penalties, because if they take free kicks and penalties, they've always got a chance of getting an assist, particularly if they're taking corners.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to be looking for with regards to these players.
And that's what I've taken into account when I've picked the midfield. Okay. So first off, Jared Bowen. He was on excellent form last season. He's just had his England call-up. He's going to be getting, hopefully, even more goals than last season.
Wish we'd have signed him.
Could have had him, but we didn't.
Wish we'd have signed him.
One of the many ones that got away. James Ward-Prowse, a pretty obvious option. He's not too expensive at 6.5 million. You don't really break in the bank for him, and he takes penalties and free kicks. And a free kick for him is basically a penalty. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. When we played Southampton, I turned around and said to my dad, if we give away a free kick, we're going to concede. And we did. But anyway, Kulusevski signed for Spurs in January. Right winger, great player. He's obviously going to be playing with Son, with Kane in the middle and Son on the opposite wing, so he's going to be getting quite a few assists. He's going to have Emerson Royale behind him, or possibly Jed Spence, two great right backs, and I just think it's quite a good signing. Bruno Guimaraes signed for Newcastle in January after the takeover. One of the best young defensive midfielders in the country, in my opinion. Brazilian, he chips in with a few goals every now and then, and he gets quite a few assists, so he's a good player. Sinisterra, the new Leeds man. I think I had to
not have him in your side.
I had to chuck him in there. He's 6.5 million, same price as Ward-Prowse, just a bit higher than Guimaraes. And he seems like a great player, and it's a risk to put him in the team before seeing him play. But no, before seeing him play in the Prem it is. But I think he could be a really, really good player. The front line, I've got Jesus from Arsenal, who's just signed for Arsenal from City. Last season, when City started playing him, he got quite a few goals. He scored against Liverpool, scored against Leeds, but it wasn't hard to score against Leeds at that point. And he's a good player. I think he's going to get quite a few. Erling Haaland, Leeds fan. Dad played for Leeds. One of probably the best young striker in the world, bar Mbappe. And Alexander Mitrovic. He's more of a cheap option. and he probably will be on the bench, but it'll be really useful when I start using my bench boosts and we start getting injuries. We can put him in the team and he can start. He'll probably get a few goals. So that is the fantasy team. Now, just to show you, we have got quite a few people joining the FPL. I don't know if you can see that really. We just get that sorted. We have got quite a few people joining the FPL. So it'd be brilliant if you could join. Maybe even a giveaway for the winner. The code will be in the description. See you next time.